when someone calls and they, I guess, in essence, reject you, you start to question a little bit. You start to question yourself, maybe even the value of what you have, and if you're going about the right, if your process is the right process, there's a lot of different things that you start to really question.
So let's talk about it with you. All right, let's say somebody calls you up, you go through everything and you talk to them and they say no. Thanks, but no thanks, or whatever the reason is, they don't move forward. Are you more in line with, are you questioning yourself? Are you questioning the product itself, or are you questioning your process?
In that specific instance, I feel like I'm questioning my process.
Okay.
Because I'm questioning, like, what did I not fully explain, or where was the tie up there? That's kind of what way my mind goes with that situation.
Okay. And then how do you handle that? Do you stop and like listen to or rewatch the film, like how they would do like in the NFL, or are you just taking it with you and moving on? Like, how do you deal with that?
It definitely lingers. There's times in which I'm like, I'll run, talk to my girlfriend, talk to you, and like, hey man, this is kind of what happened, and I'm like, what else could I have done? Because especially when it feels like a very good fit, they've explained a problem that we are notorious for solving, and they're like, no, I don't know, and now you're like wanting to like maybe even chase them to the point where you want to say like, hey, like let me solve this problem for you. Like, you told me that this is the problem, that this is the implications of that problem. I have the solution for you. It's like that Aflac commercial. It's like Aflac.
Oh yeah, where it's just like, what do I do now? And you like a duck keeps, yeah.
Yeah, like, I have the answer for you, right? I have the answer for you. And so that rejection, you start to really, well, at least for me, I start to really question, like, what have I effectively not done? Like, what did I not explain? Is my process, flawed? Because I start to question myself, right? So my process and then myself, and I feel like it trickles down. And then I'm questioning myself, like, was I in the right space? Did I wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Did I eat my Cheerios this morning? That kind of stuff. And so it definitely, it just lingers longer than I want it to. And then I recognize, sometimes I'll recognize it'll cross over into just outside that call, right? It'll cross over into another call. And that's when I really know it's really affecting me. And I don't want to bring up names or anything like that, but we had a call with somebody recently, and they told me, it was a kickoff call, right? And they were like, yeah, I'm here on my kickoff call at the right time, whatever it may be. But they were kind of out of it, and we're like, what's going on? And then they told us straight up, like, I had a call today that just went horrible. Like, this person is just...
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so like this person is just, and I don't think they'll care if we mention their name, so I'm just going to say, yeah.
It's up to you. Yeah, we had somebody that just came in, had a call with somebody. They let somebody, like their contractor, they had one of their clients or prospects just like try to shape how they do their process. So they effectively, instead of saying, okay, I'm the homeowner, you're the contractor, I'm going to let you do you and tell me how it is, the homeowner wasn't letting them effectively go through their process, and it frustrated the contractor to the point where when we had a meeting scheduled, like 5 minutes in, they were like, all right, I got to call a timeout. Like, this is what is weighing on my mind. So it got to the point where, if they're willing to do that with us, they're probably then going into the next call where they're effectively saying like, hey, before, it's like, hey, how you doing? Okay, let's cut the let me tell you my process. And it's just like you overcorrect on it. So you get to the point where you're no longer quote unquote clean selling. You're not coming in with this, net, the clock's at zero mindset. You're coming in with all this stuff. And I hear people do this like I was talking to you at lunch today. We had, talked to a guy about like a site, like, I don't know, it was like a while ago. And he was like, whoa, this looks just like a GoDaddy site. And, why does yours cost this much money? I'm asked to justify my prices. I need you to justify yours right now. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, you are taking like your entire company's history, 10 years of pent up aggression that you get from people that are frustrating you. And you're trying to now effectively make me the whipping boy for all of the stuff that you had, or the scapegoat, or whatever you want to call it, and you take that with you. Yeah. Now, imagine if before those people call you, and some people are they're just not great people.
Yeah.
Right? No matter what happens, they always wake up on the wrong side of the bed. They're always woe is me. They always victimize themselves. So when they call a contractor, they're very just nasty as a whole. Very much like, you work for me, you need to earn my business. And I have people that say that to me, and I'm like, well, if you're saying that to me, then you most likely get this in your own life.
And how does that make you feel?
And you're projecting,
Yeah.
right? So when I deal with that, I'm like, I'm not playing this game. Like, hey, if I have to earn if this is how it is, and you want me to earn your business, then I don't think we're a good fit, because it doesn't seem like there's a level of trust between the two of us. So let's just push this for a while down the road. So they deal with that, but it's like the bar example, where you go to the bar and you have a bunch of people that you can go up to, like, and try to hit on them and bring them home and stuff, but a lot of times we're scared to even make a move because we don't know if we're going to get rejected or not. So what do? And unless you're Chris Livingston, and this guy is like relentless with just like, no, not just with the bar, but like with everything. He's pretty fearless. So it's actually like cold calling. Like, do you enjoy cold calling?
I don't enjoy it, but I mean, you got to do it.
Right. Most people are afraid of it. Nobody loves it, but most people shy away from it. And like, we lost a couple sales reps already because they didn't like it, which, I mean, I don't blame them for not liking it, but you kind of have to just understand that that's part of the game.
Yeah, it's like you said about like the rejection part. Like, if for me it's and I apologize to my future fiance about this, but she already knows. But for me, it was always a situation where it's like a numbers game, right? So it's like but it didn't have to be a numbers game. If I knew that stereotypically these people weren't the type of people that would be attracted to me, then it makes my life a lot easier. If I kind of like looking at the people already, knowing, okay, well, this person stereotypically not a big fan of Chris, but this person right here, they're fans of Chris, right? So let me go try my best shot on those two people, versus having like you said, the 10 different people that I now have to speak to. Because and yes, there is value in being stronger than rejection. There's a lot of value in that, right? But how great is it when you don't have to be stronger than rejection all the time? You're putting yourself in a scenario where you're going to get rejection way less.